to generate some dummy variables, we do the following. We use the generate function. This tells Stata to generate a new variable next to the other variables. We need to specify a name, and we just call it x1, which would put x1 up here in the name bracket. The value of this variable could be derived from something else, okay, a different variable. So we could take 2 times age. In this case, x1 would contain 60, which is 2 times the age of 30, 40, 60, 70, and 80. In this case, we are going to make a dummy variable, and our dummy variable should be dependent on the value in the gender variable. So our logical test is gender strictly equal to male. So what does this say? The double equal sign is a logical test, which means that whenever gender is equal to male, then this portion, or this test, returns 1. So it returns 1 if it's true and 0 if it's false. So if we generate this, then we can list our data structure. Then we see that whenever gender equals male, then x1 equals 1. When gender is not equal to male, then x1 variable equals to 0. So let's show one of the errors which might be encountered. Let's say that we want to generate a variable called x2, and its value should be equal to the logical test result, gender strictly equal to female. And you would expect x2 to have a value of 1 for female, but if we list the data structure, then we see that x2 is 0 for female. This is because the female should not all be capitalized. Only the first letter should be capitalized in order for this to be a match. So remember, capitalization is quite important. What if we generate a value or a variable which is 1 for age above 30 and 0 otherwise? Then we can list our result, and we see that for values of age above 30, x3 is equal to 1. But for values of age equal to or less than 30, then x3 is equal to 0. You can also have a logical test based on several variables. For example, here you would have a test which returns 1 if gender is male and if age is above 30. So if we generate this and list our result, then we see that, well, in case of age above 30 and gender equals male, this dummy variable x4 is equal to 1 and 0 otherwise. But that's the AND statement. What if we have an OR statement? We just use the bar sign. And if we list our result, well, now we get, because we have so many variables, we get one entry per data entry. So if we just make some more space and list our result, then we get our data structure. So in this case, we would return 1 if gender equals male or age is less than or equal to 30. Here, both gender and male would be true, so we return 1. For the second data entry, gender equals female, which is not true, but age is below or equal to 30. So we return 1, and so on. You can also generate a dummy variable based on the not equal to, which is the exclamation mark equal. So this generates a variable called x6, and the value should be based on this logical test: age is not equal to 30. Let's look at the result. We can just do this and we press list. So here we have a variable called x6, and it should be 1 if age is not equal to 30. So for those entries in which age are 30, then you get 0, and if age is not 30, you return 1.